Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is, it's going to be a long show. Tonight's date is August 14th, 2024. It is a Wednesday. I hope everyone's week has been going fantastic. We've been having some strange weather up here. Strange. Rain and then good and then rain and then good. Laurel joined the show. She says, good evening. Looks and sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Laurel, she is my audio and video tester out there. She's usually the first one in. Not always. Damn near, though. Man, I got a headache. We got another bunch of rain coming in. But I got out on the water yesterday, at least for a few hours. It was nice. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't clear my head. There was background noise, traffic. Could still hear it, and I just needed to be away from human. Just everything away from human, and I couldn't do that. Was on a 3-lake system, joined by a wide river between the two major ones, and then in between them there's a river complex, and you go on out, and then there's a little lake there, so it's like 3 lakes. I spent most of the time on the river, sheltered from the wind, because my goodness, I got out there in the open water, and I'm like a sail. You all know me, I'm 6'4", sitting in a canoe. I was like a damn sail. And I just wasn't having that. That wasn't good. I couldn't even hug the shoreline and get away from that. So it was good to be on the river. And then the wind blowing. You could hear the wind blowing. You look up and the tops of the trees are all moving around. It's good and windy. But I was in the river. I should have went up mid Contoocook between Hopkinton and Henniker. Should have done that. That's a nice sheltered river. That was one I did last year, and I put the video up for all you people. Where is everybody? Just say hi. I can see you out there. Gus is with the family. He ain't gonna make it. He may pop in, say hey, may not. Probably come in, just like the video, and get on with things. Hey, Kay, quiet waters are best. Yeah. Well, if you got a sea kayak, you can get out there on the lake, but you're sitting lower. You're on a canoe, and just hey, Zippy's a nice canoe. Well, Zippy's the car, but my Ferrari, my Phoenix, it's a fast canoe. It's a light canoe, but man, it just still don't want to be in open waters. It'll take it. I don't want it. Sheltered is best. Sheltered is best. Let me start the show while folks are coming in. I posted up something today. In a recent post, which has received a lot of attention in the general Facebook membership, a few trends of the left become quite notable. And they, frankly, are not seen often under my content. The reason for this is that my content isn't really for the left. And as such, they don't generally even see it. But sometimes it happens. So let me address a few things and are typical of interactions with the left that I wish that it wasn't. Okay, and these are things that I experienced once again in the last 24 hours. The first was the personal attacks and name-calling was done towards persons and people they disagree with. This was done without any addressing anything actually stated. Just go right to the name-calling and attempt at degradation of the author or those in agreement with the author. I was the author. The next is apathy. Apathy. or better yet, claimed apathy. They asked, why do you care? Or why does it matter? Yet they themselves felt the need to comment or otherwise interact. If it truly is unworthy of caring, why do they care? Why do they just not move along? Well, that's because they do care. And they care that you don't agree with them, and it upsets them. On that note, another is the whole, why are you so angry, hateful, etc.? This is almost always concerning things the author showed, again, myself this time, showed no signs of being angry about. It was simply disagreement, and in many cases, mocking. But hate and anger are the go-tos for so many on the left. Because it's what they know. It's what they feel. So obviously, you, if you don't approve of, if you disagree with, or you don't go along with, you must hate. You must be angry because they are angry. It's similar to how children, when they don't get their way or are disciplined in any way, claim that you hate them. It's because they themselves are angry. They themselves, even if momentarily, hate you. It's pure emotion. It's a pure emotion-based reaction that adults would do better to outgrow. But sadly, far too many do not. So much of what we see from the left is simply gross immaturity, lack of personal self-control, and projection. But yeah, I'm a big poopy head, you know. Cheers. And that was my write-up. Okay, that was my write-up. Right on cue. Right on cue. I'll call him Mr. Farquaad. Right on cue. Mr. Farquaad, he posts, claiming you don't hate something, but yet you waste your own time creating an entire social media page dedicated to expressing your disagreement with the world is the ultimate gaslighting. Did you catch that? Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Let me read that to you again. Claiming you don't hate something, but yet you waste your own time creating an entire social media page dedicated to expressing your expressing your disagreement with the world is the ultimate gaslighting. Now, what did I say? I said the left takes any sort of disagreement, non-approval, not playing along, as hatred. That's what I said in my write-up. And Mr. Farquaad comes in here and demonstrates that in spades. Demonstrates it in spades. He's saying I'm claiming that I don't hate, but then I'm disagreeing with everything. Again, hey, yeah, that's what I wrote up above. So I asked him if he caught what he was actually saying. You know, he proved my point. Then I asked if he wanted a shovel, a bigger shovel, and then I just said no, never mind. Screen grabbed. And now walking to the door, LOL. So I did. I just walked him to the door. I blocked him. Have a nice life. But right on cue. Because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I haven't been around a day or two. This is the typical stuff that the left plays. They're like children, and they lack all self-awareness. Amazing. So I posted that up for folks. I thought they'd find that humorous. I got sent a nice private message today by Farquaad number 2. and says, all hat, no cattle. Well, that's original. That's sure original. No. Yeah, somebody says, I think it's big hat, no cattle, referring to people act like they have money when they don't. Right, and that's what it is. All hat, no cattle, big hat, no cattle. They're interchangeable. But I never claimed to have money. Now they use it. What a lot of folks would use it for is to basically say, I'm all bluster. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, stop it. Like other gal came in and said, oh, it's nice that you're social media. You're a social and political commentator, but, basically she's saying I don't know shit about terminology, break dancing. I need to educate myself. I'm like, really? Yeah, she says it's called breaking. It's not break dancing. Well, I'll be damned. I did a bit of that break dancing when I was younger. A good bit younger. Way younger. And we called it break dancing. I pulled up a Yahoo search. Break dancing. Yeah, also called breaking. Commonly break dancing. Break dancing, breaking, interchangeable. So don't tell me. I don't know. Don't come in trying to snipe me and be, passive aggressive about it. No. Folks know me. If I put content out there, I'm not talking out my ass. Laurel said he obviously hadn't read any of your previous posting. Yeah, I think he did. He just doesn't get it, and he has no self-awareness. Tonight's coffee, pistachio cream from New England brand. Waiting for folks to jump in. Slow night tonight. It's been an interesting day and a half. Started yesterday morning. We'll go over some stats here. Now y'all know that a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago, I lost a handful of folks. They didn't like what I had to say about National Guards and reservists. And what gets me, they act like they'd never heard that shit before. When I was a kid, they called them weekend warriors, and it was for a reason. Everybody knew. Stop it. But I guess I ruffled a few feathers, and they just couldn't take it, and they left. And, hey, that's fine. That's fine. Like I'd posted up, if you take offense at what I posted, it says more about you than it does me. So yesterday morning, I get up bright and early. And I didn't want to head on out without posting something for you folks to gnaw on a little bit. So I was like, well, hot topic right now is that Australian gal that's in the Olympics for breakdancing. So I just did a little synopsis. And I basically started with saying I don't think that it should be a sport. I don't care what people think. You think it should be a sport, fine. They go, oh well, I get the common things. Well, this other thing shouldn't be a sport, and this shouldn't be a sport. It's like, hey, you've got no arguments from here. I can list off half a dozen things that the Olympics do that I don't think should be in the Olympics. That's not an argument for breakdancing. But nonetheless. But then I went into who she was and what she did. Now, she's got a PhD. This gal's got a PhD in cultural studies with a specialty in gender politics and movement and breakdance. That's what she did her thesis on, is gender politics in movement and breakdance. That was her thesis. And she got her PhD. You couldn't get any more woke than that shit. And if you try to read her thesis, you're like, holy shit, they gave her a PhD for this crap? It was total horseshit. But that's Australia, and they're even more woke in the universities than they are in the U.S. So that's basically what it was. And then I also pointed out, again, synopsis. She got there because her husband was one of the judges in one of the competitions used to help determine who was going to go to the Olympics. Well, like I told you folks, I was gonna bring up a few more things about that. See, more's come out about it, and people are all pissed off because no, she shouldn't have been there. Now I've seen tapes of her previous breakdancing, and she's better than what it was in the Olympics. But she ain't good. Hell, I was better than that as a kid with no training. She ain't good. And yet her and her husband teach breakdance. And she's been involved in breakdance competitions for 5 years and supposedly won them. Holy shit, she wouldn't win a backyard breakdance competition in the U.S. And breakdance hasn't really been that popular since the 80s. Yeah, they still do it. But come on, the 80s was the heyday for breakdancing. So I do this little write-up, and I put it out there. I'm thinking, okay, I'm not thinking anything. I'm not thinking anything. I get back, and holy shit. The damn thing exploded. Kay says PhDs aren't what they once were. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. No kidding. So it exploded. I'm like, holy crap. There's a shit ton of comments here. Wow, this is getting pretty good exposure. It's fine. I did some basic moderating. I got up this morning. I got up this morning. 5 o'clock I started work. From 5 to 6, I moderated the posts underneath that content. Took me 1 hour. Now, that was just scrolling. I'm scrolling, and if something caught my eye, I'd look at it. Okay, if it's just general jackassery, not a problem. This is how I moderated that. If they were out to cause problems, they were gone. If they called me or anybody else names and got derogatory and made it personal, they were gone. I didn't care if they believed that it should be in breakdancing, be in the Olympics. I didn't care whether they liked it or not. What I cared is their comments and how they interacted with people. That's it. People, oh, you don't like disagreements. You all know me. It's not about disagreements. It's how you disagree. So after that, I had to make a post, and I'm like, I made a post, and I said, thank you all. No matter what your political or social leanings were, thank you all who participated in that and that behaved themselves. Because most people did. Even if there were stupid comments, most people did. I could count on both hands the number of people that I had to boot. That's it. Well, we got a bit more than that now. Today, things fired up a little bit more. So I've had to do a little bit more moderating. But I'll tell you, probably under 20 people got the boot, and they were showing the door, and it locked behind them. And you go, wow, that's a lot of people. Well, yeah, I guess. Let's bring up the stats for you. As it stands right now, I just pulled up the stats. So I've had remember I said I've banned about, I think, shy of 20, just shy. But let's say 20. Banned 20 people. For that, for that post, I tell you the stats. I got all the stats here. The number of people that showed up in their feed, and they chose to hide the post. Hide the post. 10 people. 10 people chose to hide the post. The number of people where my post showed up in their feed, and they chose to hide all posts. In other words, you're not just hiding this post, but anything from me. They don't want to see a damn thing from me at all. 345. You go, wow, 345 people. Your content showed up in their feed, and they blocked all of your content. They didn't block me. They just hid all of the content. So yeah, it sounds like a lot. Right? 345. And I banned 20 people. Again, estimate. I banned 20 people. 345 people don't want any of my content hitting their feeds. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to tell you the post reach. This is how many feeds it hit. Okay, you ready for this? 1,245,767. Let me say that again. 1,245,767. $345 people didn't want to see my shit anymore. Not bad. Not bad. Let me write that. Let me say that again. That feed, as of what I'm talking right now, and it went up at 7:44 in the morning, yesterday morning. 1,245,767 people had to hit their feed. Not bad. I have 148,855 engagements. Okay. Let's see how many comments that I had on that. And I'll get to another thing here. Let's see here. Close that out. Oh, come on now. Get up in there. There we go. I have 3,300 and change. I have almost 3,500 comments. And I had to ban 20 people. I had almost 3,500 comments and only had to ban 20 people. Not bad. How many shares? I had 4.9 thousand shares. Not bad. I'll take the 20 asshats. That's fine. So then you go, what's another fallout from this? And well, another reaction from this content. I had told you, remember, I had lost a handful of people the other day. Well, since yesterday morning until now, Peggy says, "Congratulations, John. There's a lot of Biden-Harris supporters out there. Just don't. Yeah. We'll get to the peripherals on that, but thanks a lot. This is a spike. I get a spike about once a month. This is the biggest spike I've had all year. I went from 7,202 followers yesterday morning, 7,202, to 7,645 followers right now. Do the math. That's 450 new followers. And not a single one of them were people that I invited. Because I couldn't go on. I couldn't invite people because I knew a good probably a third to a half wouldn't like my content. They were fine on that bit, but they're not my target demographic. So I could not ask a single person. So without asking a single person, I've had damn near 450 new followers since yesterday morning. And these new followers have been, because I keep track. I keep track of who's saying what. I know who the regulars and I know the new folks. The new followers are actually interacting with the other content and sharing the content. That's why I keep telling people, if you can't give financially, sharing, commenting, and emojiing mean more than people think. I am monetized on Facebook. That's primarily the only money that I get for all of my content. And I haven't been making Shit, I just started. I made my first paycheck that actually got to me. I told you what they told me over the month. Yeah, $2, $3, 75 cents. And if it doesn't reach a certain threshold, they don't pay it. So I didn't get a dime. The other month I made $30. I got 61 and change waiting to hit my account for another month. That's not a lot of money. But see, I've got bills too, and if I can offset them before I put that post up, I was at about $45 estimated for the last month. They do a running 29 days, and I have like a week left. I was at like $45. I'm like, well, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make what I did last month, and last month I got a $30 for 1 month, 61 for last month that hasn't hit my account. And then this one coming up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make. I ain't gonna make 60. There's no way. I put that post up. Yeah, that post is paid for. Another year of, and then some. Another year of Zoom meeting professional, the business plan. I said, that's coming up next month. It's got to be paid for. Well, that one post paid for it. So I tell people, sharing and getting my content out there, I don't expect my normal, I'd love my normal content. That was just a bullshit. Just put it up there to let it go. Just let it go. I'm going out on the water. I just want somebody to read something. I did a synopsis, put it out there, and holy crap. I wish my normal content would get that kind of exposure, but it's like the Pareto distribution. When things start to roll, they snowball. When things start to stop, they stop hard. So we just need to keep the ball rolling. Anything so that I can keep my stuff, my high-speed internet, my business Zoom, my MeWe page, my other expenses for my content and show, all paid for without coming out of my pocket again. That's great. I'd like to be able to pay other bills, but baby steps. I've been doing this for over 10 years. Out of my own pocket. Out of my own pocket. So, the missus, she's tickled. She's tickled pink. You know, hey, I'm a small fish out there, but as long as I'm not going back in the hole, hey, that's a positive thing. But okay, what else were we going to get? We're going to do, I got a bunch of insults today. I posted up a couple of them. And, I'm just trying to deal with stuff. Put up a meme of Kamala Chameleon Harris. It said, newsflash, Kamala Harris has done so well gaining popularity by dodging the press, changing all of her actual positions on things, and now running using Donald Trump's proposed policies that she will be adding to her strategy, the Heritage Foundation's Project 25 agenda. Because that's what she's doing. She's fooling everybody. Oh, she's tough on the border. No, they busted up every damn thing that was preventing the illegals from flooding over. They just did away with it. Now she's tough on the border. Oh, she wants to stop tips, stop taxing tips, yet she voted for a law to tax tips. Oh, and that was Trump's policy that he announced earlier in the year. It's just, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. What else we got going out there? I posted up some other articles. Go to my page, read them. Some of you probably have. Reading comprehension skills. Dictionaries would be good for a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of the stuff that people were posting, and they disagree with me. They don't disagree. They don't disagree with me at all. They just don't understand what the hell I said. And that bothers me. I don't mind people disagreeing with me. If you have an honest disagreement with me, that's fine. But I hate going, I disagree, and then people post up and it's like, wait, you just said the same thing I said. You don't disagree with me at all. Peggy says, but she's never been to Europe either. Yeah. Yeah, but Kamala, your head's been securely lodged up your anus. Been to the border. I didn't know that the United States was having a problem with Europe. She hasn't been to Europe. She was supposed to be taking care of shit at the border. Oh, but she flew over the border because I think she went to like Argentina or someplace like that. She flew over it. She saw it if she happened to look down. She probably didn't. She's probably playing solitaire. Oh, no, she hasn't been to the border, but she hasn't been to Europe either. Like I said, yeah, you know, those Germans are at it again, damn it. They're causing problems. We need to take care of this. The Germans and the French, they can't stop fucking with us. It's like, no. She is such a shit show. Yeah. Where is everybody? Where they missed all my bullet points. I said I was going to talk about him, and I talked about him, and that was it. You folks ain't going to hear me talking about the Olympics and that tomfoolery. Oh, except for this other thing. Yeah. Here's another back end. I forgot to say this. She lobbied to get it into the Olympics, breakdancing, and her husband was instrumental in a lot of the contests and stuff like that. And that's whatever. She was a shoo-in. She was put in there. Now some people are saying that her performance was a fuck you to the IOC, and it very well might have been, because people were pointing out. They said she purposely came up with a routine that had no mandatory elements to it. So everything in it was not judgeable, so that she could get a 0. And I say, I don't care, because there was other dancers that should have been in that spot. If this was a political stunt, which it probably was, she still isn't that good of a dancer. But if this was a political stunt, she still shouldn't have been there. Oh, and people go, oh, but it was entertaining. Yeah, it was comical. It was funny. Yeah, that's what the Olympic is for. It's a bunch of fucking clowns running around. That's what the Olympics is for. Hey, and again, this is another reason why. Why is John just not interested in the Olympics? Well, there's another issue, another reason. Peggy says it really escapes me how anyone could vote for her when she had been MIA for 3.5 years. Oh, Kamala? Yeah. Yes. Nobody knew her name. She just did coffee talks with universities and housewives and lefty business people. That's all she did the whole time, and couldn't keep her staff because she is a complete bitch. She can't keep her staff. Nobody likes working for her. They were told, don't even look in her eyes. Amazing. But yeah, that was a fluke post. Damn. Thank you. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook membership. I just go in a couple times a day now and clean it up. Every time somebody is making a personal attack or doing some tomfoolery, I clean it up. But here's on that matter. There's 3,500 posts. People are posting as if somebody's going to see their post. Yeah, I'm going to see your post because I'm going to scroll by it to see if it's okay and then just keep going. But when you've got thousands of posts, the only people that are going to see your post are the people that maybe just posted before you. And then they get on with life. People shit post and move on. Nobody's reading your post. You want to call me a stupid name? You want to say that I'm an ignorant fool? You want to say that I'm a cowpoke that doesn't know shit, and you want to say that I'm whatever? Okay, you're going to get blocked, but nobody else is going to see it. I watch the comments, and it's like nobody's liking these comments these people are making because nobody cares. It's about me. I'm going to say something, which brings me to Facebook and content. Do not post. I had a couple people. Some things stood out, and they're like, why did this even get in my feed? Or can't we stop this stuff? And blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of seeing this. If you're tired of seeing a given type of post, stop commenting on it. Facebook doesn't care if it's a good comment or a bad comment. They care about interaction. Did you emoji it? Did you make a comment? That's what they care about. So you pissing and moaning about seeing something in your feed on the item that you're complaining about only helps create more of that hitting your feed. Stop commenting on it. No, by all means, everybody keep commenting on my post. But you folks, you're my followers. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're not helping it. Just hide it, permanent, block it, whatever. Don't emoji it. Do not engage with it, because that just helps that content keep going, and it hits more feeds. Hey, Mr. Mom, you said truth. Yeah, it's a system. Don't comment on it. I don't care how aggravated you are. Don't do it, because you just feed the machine and they get paid for it. Make sure I'm getting paid. Don't make sure some jackwagon out there, lefty, liberal, crazy nut job, because they get all the views, because they stir shit up. You don't have to have good content on Facebook to make money. You just have to have content that people engage with. Mr. Mom says you can't win an argument with an idiot anyways. Right. And the same way with my page. People love my content on my page. Why? It doesn't have the foolishness on it. Does that mean, do people honestly think that foolishness never shows up? Oh, it shows up. Not as much as other places. The more foolishness that you allow, the more you're going to get. I shut it down. And I don't care if people bitch, piss, and moan. Oh, you don't like opposing views. I don't give two shits about opposing views. Y'all know that. I care about don't name call, don't belittle, stick on topic, stick to what I actually said, and we'll be fine. But they can't do that. They can't do that. They've got their own bias and hatred, and they've got to project it on everybody. I'm a hateful guy, aren't I? When somebody calls, that was like the other day, somebody called me an elitist. Really? John's an elitist. Well, gee, I guess you ain't followed too much of my content before. You know, the guy that says from the janitor up to the CEO, every job is important, and you should never hang your head in shame. If you've got a job, unless it's some liberal job someplace, it's because it's needed. And if it's needed, it's a good and honorable job. Do it. By all means, if you can advance. But I also am a realist. I know that a CEO and a janitor do not have the same responsibility in the company. That's why CEOs make more money. And I'm not envious. It's like, hey, you make a lot of money? You come by it honestly? Good. Good on you. I don't care what you do with it. I don't give a shit. Do what you want to with it. It's your money. Ain't mine. The left thinks everybody's money's theirs. Taxes, got to take it all. It's like, no, it ain't your money. Stop it. So it's like, elitist? No. Realist? Yes. I know that a private, an NCO, senior NCO, officer, senior officer, are not the fucking same. I know that Camo, supply, a grunt, cannon cocker, tanker or Cav Scout, Ranger, Special Forces. I know they're not the same. They're not the same. That's not being an elitist. It's being a realist. They're not the same. I guess that ruffles feathers too, because everybody likes to think, oh, I was the biggest, baddest. Not me, not my unit. Bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. We all work with soup sandwiches. We know what the military is. That's why I posted up about the that female command sergeant major. She just got booted. But I also pointed, hey, there was another guy. He got booted too. It's not just a woman issue, but there you go. And this shit's been happening. Wayne, he was an MP. He shows up on the show. He had posted up, yeah, this has happened all. Yeah. Why do you think they have MPs? Why do you think they have unit level punishment? Well, because soldiers are not these saints that are they are drawn from the general public. Everybody, oh, they're all heroes. No, they're not. There's great people in the military. Fantastic people in the military. There's people that have great dedication and patriotism in the military, but there's also a bunch of people that aren't. They're a slice of the country. And they tend to not be the cream of the crop. There's another thing. Oh, they're the cream of the crop. No, the average soldier, no matter what branch of the service, is not the cream of the crop of society. And I was a soldier, I know. I grew up dirt poor. I wasn't some college-educated guy. I was a podunk, redneck, dirt poor country boy. And I knew it was my way to be able to make something of myself. And you know what? Most of the guys that I served with were exactly the same way. And some were right honorable men, and some were downright shit show soup sandwiches. It's the way it is. Not everybody's Rambo. Not everybody gets out. I'm a vet, bro, and they all act like they were operators. You weren't a fucking operator. You were a mechanic. Good on you. Good on you. We need mechanics. See, there's that elitism again. I have said every single thing, good on you. Thank you for your service. Deployed? No? Don't care. Like I pointed out, most people that were in the service during World War II were never deployed. But they were needed for those who were. You think those people out on the front line, bless them. Bless them. People taking the flak, taking the bullets, going out and bless them. But none of us would have been able to do anything if the bullets and beans didn't get to us. So it's not elitism. It's the way it is. I am not an elitist. I'm not jealous. But people read a single post and they think, it's like, yeah, I bet you a lot of people think I'm a Republican too. Guess what? I'm fucking not. My followers, for anybody that knows I'm not a Republican. Excuse me. I'm an old school conservative. And I vote for who's going to give me the best bang for my buck in government. It's never been a Democrat. It's always been a Republican. So there you go. But I don't pull any punches. I've spoken the truth about Donald Trump. Not my favorite guy. I'm voting for him. Each person has to decide that for themselves. So yeah, people they get a glimpse. They see a little bit of a little slice of a post, and they don't even have the ability to freaking understand what I actually wrote. And then they think that they know something about John. You don't know shit. Mr. Mom says I voted for Ross Perot back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been, you know me with even products. I'm not a brand loyalist. I'm not. If I happen to always buy this stuff, whatever, yeah, I love Yamaha equipment. I love it. But yeah, love Taylor guitars, but I don't only own a Taylor. I got a Yamaha, I got a Fender. I get what I like, and I get what's what I can afford, the best I can afford at the time, and that fits my needs. Same way with cars. I don't drive a Cadillac. Like a Cadillac. I don't have one. I drive a real small SUV. I probably look like a clown coming out of it. It ain't as small as a Mini Cooper, but Lord Almighty. Yeah, the missus keeps saying, we got to get you another truck. Yeah. But yeah, use your brain, just think things through and be logical. And that's why folks follow my content. They don't have to agree with everything I said. And don't ever, this pisses me off. If you disagree with me on something, just disagree with me on it. Don't say you disagree with me on it and then insinuate that I'm either ignorant of the facts or I haven't done my research. Because if I'm ignorant of the facts and I haven't done my research, I'm not posting about it. I tell people all the time, you want to sound intelligent, you don't have to be the most intelligent person in the world. You really don't. If you only really know about 5 things, just fucking talk about the 5 things. If you don't know about 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, don't jump in there and act like you do. Just shut up. That's why, John, you think you know everything? No, I don't. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. And I keep my mouth shut. I don't jump in. Folks know. They've seen it on the show. Hey, John, what do you think about this? Don't know. Either I then followed up with, there's 3 things. I followed up with, don't know, don't care. Don't know. Let's look into it. Let's find out. That's usually that's the one we go to. Let's look into it. Let's find out. And number 3 is, that's interesting. Don't know. I'll find out later. It's that simple. You don't have to know everything. But if I post shit up, it's because I hate being wrong. And it's not because I don't like being pointed out as being wrong. No, it's me. I hate being wrong. I hate going down the street and actually holding a belief or a thought about something. And then finding out the next day, oh shit, I was wrong about that. I got to correct that. I was wrong. I don't like being wrong. And being wrong is part of being human. So it's a rough life. But yeah, I'm not envious. I'm not an elitist. And I don't talk out my ass. People of equal goodwill, equal experience, equal intelligence, and education can even be given the same facts and information and come to different conclusions. It sometimes happens. It's fine. Peggy says there were a lot of people who wanted Ross Perot. Then the who did it? Who showed up? Then the men in black showed up at his house. Can I finish? 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 He was a character. Yeah, we have Ross Perot. Here's another one. Ron Paul was another outlier. Ron Paul, Ross Perot. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. And more so, don't come to my page if you're going to call me out. Damn, you had better be right. If you're going to say I'm wrong, you had better be right, because and I don't mind being corrected. If I'm truly wrong about something, by all means, don't be an asshole about it. And then I'll correct it. I do that. It's not a problem. Try to be an asshole. But you call me out, you better be right. Because I ain't wrong often. Why? Because John hates being wrong. Now you say that to most people and you go, John just hates being wrong. What they think is he doesn't like being corrected. See, there you go. And there's a difference between not liking being corrected and not liking being wrong. Like I said, that with me has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me. I just hate it. That's why I look into everything. That's the same ways. Folks who follow my content, and they've been on the show too. If I happen to say something, if it's like, yeah, I got a headache, or I got, whatever, my knee hurts. That's not me saying, hey, you got some advice about that? No, because if I want advice on that, I'd go, hey, you got some advice on that? If I say I've got a headache or my back aches or something like, I'm just sharing that my headache, I know why, and I know what needs to be done to take care of it. Because I overthink everything. Mr. Mom says there was a guy named Clayton Williams who ran for governor of Texas. He made a statement that totally sunk his campaign. What was his statement? And when was this? Roughly. Are we talking, recent, or are we talking about like 1985? Or are we talking about 73 or? I was asked again the other day, hey, John, have you ever thought about getting into politics? Stop it. No, ain't happening. I am not suited for modern politics. I'm suited for 1880s politics. Oh, goodness. No. Now, I slap a fool. I couldn't sit across from some of these people and listen to their bile and lies and it's like pure stupidity. I'd be like, you are freaking stupid. I can't do that. I know. So I'm a social and political commentator instead. But what'd he say? You're leaving us. Don't leave us hanging there, Mr. Mom. What did he say? Clayton Williams, governor for Texas. When? Don't make me look it up. I've had a long day. I'm tired. Governor of Texas. When and what'd he say? Paraphrase is fine. Hey, y'all there? Ain't nobody posting up anything. So yeah, the stats for this month, they're good. I got a good spike. I just need them constant. Where's Judy? Mr. Mom said he ran in 1990, made a comment comparing sexual assault to something in life. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Excuse me. Yeah, hey, Mr. Mom, are you up to date? Check your slider to make sure that you're at the show where we're now talking. Sometimes when you come in late, you're like a minute and a half behind. Oh, you're live? Okay, good. That's good. I just want to make sure that the lag wasn't because you were there. Yeah, 1990. Yeah, I'd imagine how that can sink your chances pretty quick. Comparing sexual assault to something in life. Sit back and enjoy the ride. No. Yeah. Hey, why'd you mention that? Just weird politics stuff? Did I say something that made you think of it? Oh, man. A little warm. I didn't start the AC in the studio until about it was 7:30 when I came up. 7:30 is when I hit the office. 8 o'clock is when the show goes live. 5 till I start rolling the show out. Oh, just the political stuff in general and idiots. Yeah. It's amazing what can sink a potential career too. Who was the guy that Howard Dean? rah. That one sound in the raised fist tanked his campaign. And I think it was, who was the other guy? He was riding in a tank and he had a helmet on. He looked goofy as hell. Dukakis? Was it Dukakis? He looked goofy. It tanked his, no pun intended, tanked his campaign. By Howard Dean, yeah. That, rah! It's the little things. Sometimes it's the little things. Of course, you can ask Kamala about the little things. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. So, yeah, hopefully that the Olympic post will die down. I do appreciate all the views and the comments from folks, but it's tedious to have to scroll down and find that damn thing and, okay, latest, and then scroll down through. That's a lot of commenting. Yeah, people, it just gets me. I read over what I wrote again. There's nothing really offensive about it. You can agree to disagree on whether you think that breakdancing should be an Olympic sport, but I wasn't mean to the gal. Oh, that was another thing. I called her the young gal. I can't tell you how many people pointed out that young gal, she's 36 years old. I told that to the missus, and she's like, what 36-year-old wouldn't want to be called a young gal? Sorry, I got kids older than that. So, yeah, to me, she's a young gal. She may not... I didn't consider her middle-aged or anything. She's only 36. Earl Buds back in the 70s or 80s. He was the Secretary of Agriculture. What is that? You're talking about that's the guy with the tank? Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was like Dukakis or something. Let's see here. Try to get this up here. You're going to make me look. Okay. Yeah, it was Michael Dukakis, former governor of Massachusetts. Let's see if I can pull up the picture. Michael Dukakis. There we go. Let's see here. Michael Dukakis tank. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the tank was Dukakis. I'm gonna pull that up. I walked all the way through there. I'm gonna have to pull this thing up. Well, there we go. Look at that. I got nothing. Here we go. There we go. There's my internet. Here we go, right like there. There it is, yeah. Dukakis in the tank. Yeah. Mr. Mom says, Earl made the comment to Congress about three things. Three things what? I hate it, so I can't see it. Three things a racial group desired. Holy crap. Yeah. That'll get you in some hot water. But there he is. There's Michael Dukakis. The inside story of the worst campaign photo op ever. Michael Dukakis. That was something indeed. Here we go, back to live. Back to live. See what people are doing. A lot of activity. Yipper skipper. See what other folks are saying. Yeah. Yeah, clean it up. Again, there's a reason why my page is so clean. Mr. Mom says, going to catch a whiskey live stream. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for showing up, Mr. Mom. Even if you just popped in for a second, that's fine. It all adds up. Yep. What else we got going on? Not a lot of people here tonight. Laurel's quiet. She's listening. Peg's quiet. Judy! Hey! There she is. There's the gal. Judy, thank you. I don't know if you got my email. Thank you. It was most gracious of you. Laurel says, hi, Judy. Judy says, you are welcome. No, thank you. That was most gracious. Most gracious. You missed all the good stuff. You're going to have to watch again from the beginning when you have some time. Because I ain't doing the Olympics. I ain't doing the breakdancing Olympics anymore. I'm letting that stuff die down. It's run its course, and that's fine. I have reaped the benefits. Again, that's a weird coinky-dink. It's like, man, I was like, man, I need something. just, what am I going to write? Just write something pretty quick. And folks who read my content know it's like, yeah, he wrote this pretty quick. And I did. And I'm like, okay, now go strap the canoe to the top of Zippy and get ready to go out on the water. And that's what I did. You never know what's gonna blow up. Had my military stuff blow up slightly. Had my boxer stuff that blew up. That was the last big blow up. When I say blow up, I don't mean negative by nature. I'm just talking. Got a lot. Not like this. Judy, I got over 1 million. I've got over 1 million reach on that one breakdancing gal post there on Facebook. One post. Wow, that's awesome, she says. It is. You'll see, it comes with some good and it comes with some bad, but I'll take the bad. I broke down the numbers for folks, and I start out with the raw numbers that may seem like, wow, that's kind of high, and then you read the rest, and like, holy shit, that's nothing at all. That's nothing at all. I'll take those numbers any day of the week. And my follower count since yesterday morning, without having to ask anybody whether or not they'd like to join and whether they'd like to follow my content, about 450 followers to this point right now. And that's a day and a half. It'll be 2 days come tomorrow morning. 450-ish. Now, I don't know if they're going to have longevity or not. I'll lose some of them, but I'll tell you, it's worth the jump. It's worth the jump, and you'll see and hear when you go from the beginning of the show. It demonstrates the importance of sharing, liking, and commenting. All three, because the more algorithms start rolling, the more people see it. She's amazing. I'm happy for you. You deserve it. It's a blip. I wish it was. I was getting 5.5 million in reach every day before they hammered me back a year and change ago. So yeah, having just on that one post alone over 1 million reach, that's pretty damn good. That's damn good. I wish, like I said, I wish my normal comment, that was just a throwaway article. That was a throwaway blurb out there for folks just before I went out canoeing. So that my content, when folks got up in the morning, they saw something. Judy says, I need to go to your page. Yeah, everybody needs to go to my page. Hit every damn post. Comment. Share. It matters. It does. Again, because the more it's done, the more Facebook gives it. And they try to hold back conservative content. So you got to bust them out of that. Got to bust them out of that and have shit go viral. But yeah, it's been an interesting evening last night and then today. Very interesting time. It's like, man, why is it always my weird content that just gets out there? I try to offer a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it's my actual serious in-depth articles and commentary that I wish would go viral. And it's always the XY boxers, female boxers, the XY chromosomes, that goes viral. Breakdancing Australian, that goes viral. I didn't even put much time into it. It was basically a synopsis, and I wanted to point out their bullshit of her degree and what she's doing aside from the Olympics, because it ties everything together. And most of the people didn't even get it. You read through comments, and yeah, some people got it. Some people got it. Other people didn't. That's fine. I got cleanup to do every now and again to that one, but it's worth it for the amount of exposure and new folks that are joining the ride. Yeah, I got notification again. I got a couple more folks joining the show, joining the ride. Yeah, it's not going to tell me there. I bet you it's going to tell me on here. Let's see it on here. Oh. $7,638. So 438. I said about 450. That's here on the other back end. It depends upon where I look. They cut it back because they factor in some bots, so they lower the number. But yeah, that's not too bad. Hope work went well, Judy. Again, thank you. Thank you kindly. Definitely helps out. So yeah, all those folks commenting and stuff like that, they paid for another year of Zoom meeting. Professional. It's like, I don't want to take that shit out of my budget again. That's $185. Judy says it was good, just a slow, long night. I hate slow, long nights, though. I liked a nice, steady pace when I was working other places. A nice, steady pace makes the time go by. Man, time go by. I ain't been sleeping worth a crap lately. How y'all been sleeping out there? I haven't been sleeping worth a crap. Get up in the morning, still tired. Tired all day. Oh. I put the mower on 4, rose it up again. It was on 3. Rose it up again. So that big old plush lawn. Plush lawn, front and back. I'm the only one in my immediate neighborhood that has a lush green lawn. Well, that's because during all the dry season, I didn't chop that shit down to the bare ground like they did. Oh, no, got to keep it mowing all the time. Nope. No, John let his grow. So just knock it down when I need to. And now I'm the only full, lush green lawn. Laurel says sleep is fleeting. Yeah, hate it. Hate it. Hate it. The only good thing is that when I wake up at night, I haven't had much of a problem falling back asleep. Sometimes that's the case. It's not good. I've been able to fall back asleep, but I just can't get the tired out. Don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Should take a day and just sleep all damn day. Of course, it doesn't take care of it. It really doesn't. You can't rack up on sleep. You're either going to sleep or you're not going to sleep. It doesn't work like that. Judy said it rained a few days ago. I slept like a rock. And almost missed work. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it was Sunday. Yeah, I had to go over to Vermont on Sunday. It's like, oh man, I like to head out because it takes 2 hours to get there. So I like to head out about 7 in the morning. So I'm there by 9. I like to leave there about 3, 4 at the latest. So I'm back 5 or 6 at night. Nope, it wasn't happening. Dude. She calls me dude. Dude. You awake? She was downstairs. Like, what the fuck? Oh, it's 7:56 or some shit like that. Oh, holy crap. I don't stay in bed. It's just shy 8 o'clock. What the hell? So, no, it's fine. I just get up. I got dressed. Went downstairs. She had got everything packed. It was nice. She got my coffee ready. Everything's ready to go. We were out before 10 after. I was like, man, I'm still half asleep. Here I'm driving for 2 hours. It's like, oh my God, I cannot shake this shit. Yeah, well, yeah, dude. You were less than 15 minutes ago, you were sound asleep, and now you're on the road. Yeah, so it wasn't good. But it's like, wow. So I am so sorry. Because I'm the crack of dawn guy. I'm up and I'm ready to go. Let's go. It's like, holy shit. She's like, no, it's okay. It's fine. We had to stop in a little country store. Stopped in. We got some lettuce for our sandwiches. She got everything else, but we ran out of lettuce. So we needed lettuce and we needed cheese. We didn't have any cheese. So cheese and lettuce. So it cost more than going to the big supermarkets, but it was a nice country store. Went in there. It was nice, and the folks were friendly. Early in the morning, I'd been drinking my coffee and my Orca. Yeah, the same one right here, my Orca. Where is it? There it is, my Orca. And so yeah, didn't have a lot of selection at the deli, but it's like, well, okay, whatever. We'll go to the deli. How's about a pound of provolone? Sliced pretty thin. Laurel says the grandson wakes up anytime 5:30 to 6 every morning. Yeah, I like that. And Judy says, love those country stores. Yeah. Yeah. Small town country stores. I forget the name of the town. I know where it is. I pass it every time I go to Vermont. And each time we pass it, hey, say to the missus, we need to stop in down there at some point. It's down off the road. It's a country market store. Say, we got to stop in there sometime. We never have until Sunday. It's like, we need some. She picked up another loaf of bread just in case. Because the other bread was kind of old. And you know how it is. You think it's fine. You open it up and you find mold on it. It's like, son of a bitch. So it's like, okay, she picked up another loaf of bread anyways. And we had a pound of thin sliced provolone. And a head of lettuce. And we jumped back in the car and there we go. We're zipping down the road again. Off we went. Had to find my well. I own 2 slices of property. Here's the main property, and then I've got a slice that's I think about 79 by 300 that I own, and it's got a well and fed by a spring. So I had to find that. Found some, it wasn't mine. Talked to a neighbor and said, "Hey, is this your well? Where's your well? I'm trying to find my well." And she got all crotchety with me. "Hey, what are you doing with my well?" It's like, I don't want anything to do with your well. I want to make sure before these wells, mine should just be all by itself. And there's 2 here. There's one, the big one with cement, and then there's what almost looks like a culvert turned on its head, and it's got muck in it. It looked like an overflow well. I said, like, "What do you want to do with my well?" And I kept saying, look, I was nice to her 3 times. And then I'm like, "Look, I told you 3 times, I don't want anything with your well." And "You don't need to." It's like, "No, you need to listen. I'm tired. I've been trying nice and you're not listening to me. I don't want your well." Well, she had well rights on that piece of land. And she goes, "Well, I own this." I said, "I don't know. I don't think you own it." I said, "You might have water rights to it." And then she's like, "Oh, this other guy, it's like, okay, fine. Well, you need to talk to him." It's like, "I know, I'm fine." So I get back up and went up into the woods, and the other guy comes up, and he's all, "I've met him before." And he knows it's my property, and he held out my hand to him. And he wouldn't take my hand. You want to piss me off? I extend my hand, you don't want to take it? Well, come to find out, he swallowed her bullshit hook, line, and sinker. He showed me where my well was, and it was fine. He drove up with his ATV and drove me up, and then we walked into it. So it was fine. I was like, yeah. Because I told him, too, I said, "You want to go there? We can go there." Here's this guy. He's good. He's a good 15 years older than I am. And I ain't I'm a good rooster, but I ain't a spring chicken. And I'm twice his size. It's like, dude, I'm just trying to be friendly here. Don't get your heckles up. So we can handle it any way you want, but I don't want to mess with anybody's well. That's what I'm trying to do. So it all ended well, no pun intended. So like I had wrote, I said, "Nah, Sunday, not having a good day." Not having a good day. So I get back down to the house, and I still got no flow because I hadn't checked the well, because I needed to bring a breaker bar up because it's a big, heavy lid on it, cement lid. But I'm like, let's see. So I looked at some of the plumbing coming in. So it was whatever. It was just a crap day. Wasted crap day, except for I found my well. So I was not happy. It's like, why the hell do people have to be such assholes? So I could stop it, and she wouldn't listen. And he was telling me stories about her, too. And it's like, well, if you knew this about her, why did you get all pissy with me? If you knew that she's a bitch. She ran out. The people they go out in the fields with the metal detectors. Well, they were doing it at a field next to hers, and they had crossed into her field inadvertently. So she drove her SUV down across the field and gave them what for. And it's like, why are you doing that? There's no need for that. And always a lawyer. She's going to contact your lawyer, because he said that too. Yeah, she says she's going to contact her lawyer. I said, well, whatever. He can find my information on the deed information at the town hall. If he got a problem, he can call me. It's a non-issue. I didn't want the fucking well. I didn't want to mess with it. It's like, why don't just listen? Just listen. I'm trying to find my well. If this is your well, fine. The guy's like, yeah, I own this. She said that I didn't own it. She said that I said that he didn't own it. I'm like, I didn't say that. I said, I don't know who owns it. I have no idea who owns it. I just know I shouldn't be here. It doesn't look right to me. She sounds like a real winner. Yeah, she was a beaut. She was a beaut. It's like, Jesus, when somebody's being nice to you, just help them out. Help a guy out. Because I'd been tromping up in the woods, in gullies and boggy areas for 45 minutes. Doesn't sound like a long time. You start tromping around the wood with a shovel, a snake, for drains, a shovel, a snake, and a big flashlight. Down trees everywhere, mossy rocks, wet rocks, shale. 45 minutes. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, I found my well. It was an adventure. My kids had shown up too. They'd be like, they talked to me the night before. Hey, Dad. Say, hey, what? Can we come to Vermont tomorrow? And it was before they knew that I was going there. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Mom and I were planning on going there anyways. Oh, that's cool. Because they wanted to go out walking in the woods. Walk in the woods up on the mountain and down through the logging roads and stuff like that. They got some old cemetery. They got an old cemetery up there. So they had a good time. Good time. Yeah. But, what a day. What a day. So as you can tell, I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood for a show. Wasn't happening. It just... Judy says that sounds nice. What, walking in the wood road and up the mountain? Yeah, the mountain's a bit steep. It's a bit steep. Steep in places. A lot of leaves, slick, shale rock, so slick. Got to be careful. But the logging road, that's pretty good. And that's primarily where they went up the logging road. It's nice and open. Well, for a logging road, I mean it's a road, but it's dirt and it's for logging. It ain't like a back dirt road. It's a logging road. And they walked on up, and they walked up a ways, and I don't know, probably good maybe 4 miles maybe, and came on back. I was talking to the other feller at the bottom of the wood road when they came back, and that was that. Get the key and everything. There's a chain, cable with a chain wrapped around. It's like, yeah, we got a key. We got a key. It's in the back of your shed here. I got a small little storage shed, open face storage shed. It's like, I was right here. Got a key back here. It's like, oh, well, that's nice. So, yeah. It's like, yeah, just don't, when you go up there, just pull the cable tight again so folks think that it's all locked when you're up there. I said, yeah, I don't want people following up behind me. But, yeah, I got rights back there. But, yeah, it's like, and the missus is like, man, I am so sorry that property is such a problem for you. Because it is. Again, two 30-yard dumpsters full of crap out of there. And I'm still working on stuff. And I cut a bunch of trees down. I got them bucked up into, I think I got like 1, 2, 3, 7 or 8 small trees. So, small, you're looking about this big around to about that big around. So from there to about like that. Most of them black birch, but I got a couple others. So I got those cut down, cleared out some area, got them bucked up into about, I don't know, 5 foot sections, stacked up in two different locations. Got the limbs stacked up in 2 locations and then a big brush pile. So yeah, I've been working my ass off over there. It's like, oh my God. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't 2 hours to get there. Because that's 4 hours out of your day. And I don't care how good a gas your vehicle is. That's 4 hours of driving every day. I can get 2 round trips out of Zippy with it, but But yeah, that's a long way to go. Even if you're half close, if you're just an hour drive, yeah, it's a whole lot easier. That extra hour both ways. Wow. So yeah, a lot of a lot of issues with that. It's like, oh man, I need to. Hey, I'm going to make a for sale sign, get numbers, stuff like that. So I called up the realtor, or I called her, sent an email, said, hey, I'm going to get a sign made up. I'm going to invest in a sign because there wasn't any sign there. It's like, put a sign down at the foot of the driveway. The house is up off the road. Put a sign down at the foot of the driveway. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy it. What number is the best? You got an office and a cell phone. What number is best? I said, unless you got signs of your own. He was like, yeah, had a sign there. I didn't know it was missing. I'll just like go by at least once a week to make sure the sign's still there. Holy crap, I'm trying to, yes, I'll keep it if I have to, but I'd like to sell the damn property. Because I'm still paying on it. I'm paying on it and it's too far away for me to use it. So, yeah. So, supposedly there's a sign down there again. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah. She's like, I am so sorry that this property is causing you so much hassle. It's like, well, cost me had no hassle when my father was living there. I didn't know he was turning it to shit, but I had no problem with he was living there. Because then he paid for the property taxes. There you go. Done deal. Feller that was living there with him, he passed away this last month. He had lung cancer. No, I'm not sad about it. Judy says, y'all have been through it, that's for sure. Yeah, a lot. Been through a lot there with that, you know, with his passing and taking care of things and tying up loose ends and making sure all the bills were all paid and all that. Everything's, yeah. Don't leave your kids in a mess like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Saw my brother again, though. He had to come up. He came up for the saw rig, and he took that down to North Carolina. Hadn't seen him in 30? At least 30 years. Hadn't seen him. I had seen him online, but excuse me, I hadn't seen him in person. But, yeah. Still working on the damn canoe. Just can't get it done. I got so many projects. Excuse me, coffee. I got so many projects, and man, that thing is a beast. That is a beast. Yes, sir. Drew says, wow, that's a long time. Yeah, time flies. My family wasn't close. We went 3 sheets to the wind. We're all over the place. Yeah, I met the missus, and she was still pretty close to her family. And her family's all from the Loudon area, and they're all in the area. Her and her sisters and one brother. And I'm like, man, you guys are all together in one area. How the hell's that work out? Oh man, I left home. I was a youngin'. Then I joined the army. And joined the army when I was 17. And served and went all over the place. Did my thing. Police officer, and ended up settling down. Moved up from Oklahoma. Settled down here. Raised most of my kids here in New Hampshire. Most of them, most of their life. And they got kids and they're on their own and doing their thing. But yeah, my immediate family, there's no, not close. We're scattered to the winds. I was the asshole of the family. Yeah, yeah, John, he's cantankerous, but if you needed something done, yeah, John will do it. John will take care of it. Yeah, it's my way. Like I said, I'd always dreamed of moving to like Montana. But I like driving. I like driving the twisties here. Not like Oklahoma, and that was fine. It was pretty flat and straight for the most part. There's something about driving the twisties up here through the mountains and through the trees and stuff. I just love it. It's just great. Judy says my family is the same way. I have 3 older sisters I haven't seen in years. My mama passed away and family unit did too. Yeah. Yeah. And my father was a narcissist. So he could give 2 shits. You know, and I was up in the area and it's like, yeah, and he just doesn't, yeah, whatever. Whatever. I told myself I wasn't going to do the same shit with my kids, and I haven't. So. I say people go, yeah, they're part of a cycle of, no, break it. You don't have to, you don't have to follow that cycle. You're a grown-ass adult. Do the right thing. She says, good on you. Yeah. I told my kids, I love you. Hug them. Can't tell them I love them enough. Can't hug them enough. I can't even remember my father until I was an adult hugging me or anything. Then that wasn't very often. I love you? Shit. Proud of you? Get out of here. Get out of here. So John's a hard man. I have standards. Well, it's part of the way I was growing up. But like I said, vowed not to be that way with my kids. So, what else? Yes, John. He's going in dark places. No, that ain't dark. We can go dark. We can go dark, but no, that ain't dark. That ain't dark. Little tidbit about the Cowboy. I might have told you this before. My mother had never been to any of the places that I lived. Never. She's been to the other boys' places. Ain't been to me. Never at my house. Anywhere. Just something weird. It's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Yeah, sad. And she died of she had cancer, but she had some other stuff too, and she had a double mastectomy before she had died, and some other stuff. She lived hard, and she put herself she put herself away wet. Yeah, they my parents they had divorced back when I was like 2. So I never knew my folks together. Never knew my folks together. And that was odd. They were that wasn't common back then. There wasn't a whole lot of divorced families back then. But yeah, my mother she was a wild one. She was a wild one. I'll leave it like that. She missed out. Yeah, visiting in my house. Yeah, she did. Now my dad had been 1, 3. I think he'd been to 3 of my houses. He'd been to 3 of my houses. Never once complimented about any of them, but it's like, Jesus, can't you say nice house? Even Gus commented how my house looked nice. Hey, even Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham said my house was nice. Hey, is that your house? Yes, it is. That's a beautiful house. Yes, it is. Thank you. Not my father. Jesus. Peggy says, I hear you, John. My parents loved me, but never gave, let's see here. Boom. There we go. Never gave the breaks that my sister got. Yeah. Laurel says, I know a lot of parents like that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I treat all my kids the same. Now, my youngest, she gets doubted on. See, there was an 11-year difference between her and my next oldest. We wanted another boy. And we got her. It's like, yeah, that's it. That's it. We want to enjoy some life. But she's the only one that just, she's around all the time. She comes over once a week for dinner, her and her feller. She does things. She goes out kayaking with me and stuff. It's not that I wouldn't with the other kids. They just got their own lives and they're fine, and we see them when we can. But, yeah, always there for them. I remember when my son was deployed, we'd go and we'd get his stuff. He just said, send me stuff. So we'd send him like 2 to 3 big boxes each month. Feed him and his unit damn near a whole month. We'd send him stuff. But, yeah. Peggy says, in the end, I'm a lot stronger and more aware than my sisters. Yeah. Ain't nobody gave me shit. You get stronger that way. You get stronger. I remember when I left home, I was about 15. I told my dad, I said, this ain't working. And that's exactly what, this ain't working. 15-year-old saying that, this ain't working. I remember those words in that day. It's this ain't working. I'm going. And that was that. 17, I joined the Army. Folks that serve with me, they'll tell you, John was the same damn way. Yeah, I knew him when he was, 18 years old, 19 years old, and no, he was the same way. A lot of people change. No, that was John. I was an old man when I was a young man. Oh, goodness. It's like, yeah, you make your own way. You do what you have to do. I love the Army. I did. So it pains me when I have to point out problems that are going on. Laura says, an old soul. Yeah. I was always out of place. I was like, I was a young NCO. And I acted like the guys that were way older than I was. Not because I was emulating. Well, that was just me. Went through basic training, didn't have a problem. Everybody else is footsing and futzing. It's like, what the hell? There's nothing wrong here. Well, he's just barking. Just do what you're supposed to do. Push yourself. Go. Do it. Don't worry about him. Drill sergeants ain't shit. They had their job to do. But yeah, everybody else, it's like, no, please. You ain't met my parents. I was dirt poor, but every day before I went to school, that bed had better have had hospital bed corners on it. Well, guess what they use in the military? Oh, hospital bed corners. I didn't have to do. Yeah, I know how to do this shit. Super easy with a wool blanket and a heavy cotton sheet. You kidding me? This is easy. Oh, you got to polish your shoes? What the fuck? Do your stuff. You need to iron, do whatever. Bounce the quarter. Damn right. Damn right. There wasn't. Yeah, I had to learn some new stuff. I had to learn about the, an M16 and. Yes, John had an M16. Yes. A1, damn it. A1. Steel pot. But yeah, learn how to march. Well, I actually didn't have to learn how to march either, to be the truth, because I was in Civil Air Patrol before that. So I already knew how to march. So yeah, just basic other military stuff. Yeah, that was fine. But I didn't sweat the simple stuff. It was not a problem. Just do it. Just do it. Same way in each of the units. It didn't take me long to slide in. I get to my first duty station, and after you get in process, and it took us 2 weeks to in process. See, I was young. I didn't understand why it took 2 weeks. Just like, man, this was the most disorganized. It's like, I should have been able to do this in 3 days. Excuse me. And I was correct. But there's a reason that it took 2 weeks. Well, because you're not doing anything else for 2 weeks. So the NCO that was in processing me got 2 weeks of just futzing around. Well, I didn't know that. It was like, man, this is freaking disorganized. I wrote a shit ass review. Oh my goodness, it was true. He can't argue with it, but it didn't set us off on a really good foot. He wasn't my NCO, but I was just honest. You know, you got your little paper at the end, and hey, tell us about your experience. Well, it was disorganized, didn't make any sense. Shit took too long. Yeah. Yeah, that was John. That was John. That was John as a private. And I went in as a freaking E1. Went in as an E1. Yes, sir. But yeah, I ended up being a squad leader and pulled platoon sergeant duty. Wasn't a platoon sergeant, but worked on the way up through and did various things. And yeah, I was a go-getter. I was a go-getter. I did my shit. That's fine. So like I said, if you know me now, you wouldn't know me then, but it would have been really weird because it's like, yeah, this young guy isn't supposed to be acting like this. I didn't have a lot of friends. It's not that I wasn't it wasn't that I was unfriendly. I just didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't hang out with people. Just a select few. Story of my life. Keep your friends like your shot group. Limited in numbers and tight. Yeah, you get less problems that way. But, yeah. What the hell? Nobody's talking. The missus is going to watch the show in the morning. She's going to be like, I've heard all this shit before. It's just like, people on, they don't like what I say about the military. Did you serve? Yeah. Does it matter? Yeah, it matters. No, it doesn't, because nothing that I said requires me to have having served. But yeah, you want to go there? Yes. I don't wear it on my sleeve. I don't have that on my vehicles. I don't wear it on my T-shirts. I don't have a ball cap. I'm not a vet bro. I'm pre-vet bro shit. That stuff annoys the hell out of me. It really does. It annoys the living crap out of me. I don't do it. It's not that I'm not proud of my service. It's not that I'm ashamed. I'm proud. And I keep my uniform in the closet, and I keep all my papers in the briefcase, and it's in the closet, and that's where it stays. Judy says people get their panties in a wad. Wait, yeah, no shit. I say stuff that's, look, this is, everybody says this. Most everybody thinks this. And everybody likes to think that they're Rambo. I wasn't Rambo. I did some shit, yes, but I wasn't I wasn't an operator So? Laurel says you don't have to advertise it. Sometimes it keeps the rabble-rousers at bay. Yeah. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. And I thank people for their service. Thank you for your service. I never lead with it. If they ask me, I'll say, yeah. Yeah. Army, yeah. Thank you. Again, I'm not an elitist. I was an NCO. I did my time, did my duty, did what I was supposed to do, went above and beyond. And that's that. Those who need to know more know more. Most people don't need to know more, and it's not relevant. I don't use it for advantage. I put it on my bio, but I put a lot of stuff on my bio. Just gives you a rough idea who you're dealing with. But you know me, I'm all hat, no cattle. The guy said that. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You can't address what I say, so you're going to try to belittle me. Say I'm full of shit. Stop it. Stop it. Had another guy, had a feller back with the Uvalde was there, and they refused to go in, and I posted stuff online. It's like, bullshit. It'd be a cold day in hell. I see that happen, and I don't go in. Oh, no, you wouldn't go in. Said they all had ballistic vests. And I said, and I don't care if I had a ballistic vest or not, I'd go in. No, you wouldn't. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Oh, you've never had anybody shoot at you. Bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Laurel said, well, have you ever owned cattle? I haven't. I haven't. Right, so it's true. No, I have no cattle. But I'm, as you're aware probably, big hat, no cattle, or all hat, no cattle means that you're pretending to be something that you're not. I don't pretend shit. I don't pretend shit. I don't go around blustering and puffing my chest and claiming that I'm super rich or I'm some freaking super spy or no. No. Say, this is what I've done. This is what I've done in life. You don't need to know the particulars. Laurel says, I know what he meant, but it just cracked me up. Yeah. Because it's like, no, I don't have any cattle. The missus wants some Highland cows. I can't have them here. I think that'd be pretty cool, Highland cows. Judy says, it's something to be proud of. I buy lunch and dinner for folks all the time who ate at my place of employment. I paid for a guy who was wearing a Trump t-shirt the other day. Yeah. About a quarter. Laurel says, I want some Highland cows too. Yeah. They're cute. They're cute from babies until they die. They're cute. Good natured. You have to watch out though, because they got the long horns. But yeah, a couple Highland cows would be good. 3 horses. 3 will do me. I can handle 3. It's enough to rotate in and out and give me somebody to ride with. 3. Judy says they are so cute. They are. So like I said, the missus would like. She thought about goats, but goats are a lot of work and goats are messy. Highland cows are good. Long hair. Look like all Justin Biebers. Little Justin Biebers. Yeah. They can either meat or milk, less wear and tear in the pasture. Yeah. Oh, they're good cattle. And we do them milk maybe, but pets. It's like with hunting too. Yeah, John's hunted. I can hunt. I'm not a venison guy, and I like steak, so it's fine. Laura says, and they're super cute. Right, they're super cute. They're neat. They're neat to look at. So, I go like a string of 3, 15 to 16 hand, about 1,200 pound quarter horses between 5 and 11 years old. Yeah, damn, John, you're getting pretty particular there, aren't you? Yeah, I think about shit. Got to make those plans. Got to make those plans. Well, something that can, I'm 6'4", 220 plus. I got a lot of heavier folk in my family too, the kids and stuff. And I'd like the horses to be able to handle them. I don't need no, 14-hand, 900-pound horse. It's good for the kids. Judy says, "Oh my gosh, I love horses." Yeah, horses are great. It's been a long time since I've rode though. It's been a long time. But see, there you go. I don't have to bullshit people. Yeah, it's been ages since I've ridden. Yeah, I'm sure I'll pick it up again pretty quick. But no, I don't have a horse. I don't have cattle. I got chickens. I'm all chickens. Got some eggs. I don't need to impress some jackwagon online. What the hell? What's he going to do? You going to come beat me up? Well, bring it on. The cowboy don't dance. Don't dance. It's like, no, stop it. Hiding behind it. I don't go out looking for shit online or with people in life, but I ain't going to take it. Judy says you'd be like Abe Lincoln dragging your feet on a short horse. Yeah, I mean, I could do a 14, but man, I'd have to be hiking, bending those legs. So 15's good for my height. 15's good. 16, 15 to 16, 16 2 would probably look good visually with me, but that's a tall horse. It's a big horse. And then it would have to be for that height you're looking at maybe 1,350, 1,400 pounds to carry my weight. The bigger the horse, it has to be substantially larger to carry a lot of weight. People think that it's just a big horse can carry a lot. Nah, it's about proportions. A lot of smaller horses, if you get a smaller horse that's weighed right and good muscular, they can carry a lot more weight than you think. So like I said, about 15, somewhere between 15 and 16, about 1,200 pounds. It'd be good. 16 would look better for me, but 15's fine. Plus, even my son, I think he's the next tallest. I think he's only like 10 and a half, 5'11", something like that. Next time, 6'4". So. Laurel says my neighbors have horses. They have been, they have had the bigger horses, and the shortest 6 feet tall. Bigger horses. Is that the shortest 6 feet tall? And that's the mom. The youngest has duck coming into her house. What the hell did I miss? The youngest kid has to duck. It's like, man, I read that all wrong. Hey, they got a duck coming into the house? What the hell is that? The youngest kid has to duck coming into the house. Yeah. Yeah, see, they probably, most of their horses are probably around 16 hands, maybe. That's a good. Man, I'd like an Oldenburg. Oh, man, Oldenburgs, those are good. Oh, beautiful horses. That's a big-ass horse. But I have to think, too, for New England, I'm going to be riding through the woods. I don't need a huge horse. I just need a horse that can take my weight. That's it. So I'll be happy with 15 to 16. 16 is a big horse. 15 is the dream horse. You got to have 15. And a lot of people, 14 hands is fine for most people. It ain't fine for John. Well, it's because it's the height and the weight. I want to be able to ride him all day long. And I don't want the horse to be stressed. So, yeah. I like draft mix. A draft quarter horse mix. But they got to look quarter. They can't look draft. I hate the face of a draft horse. It's not that I hate it. It's a draft horse. Quarter horses are much better. I like a quarter horse face. So if it's a draft mix, you get a little bit better size, better musculature, a little calmer, but make it look like a quarter horse. And John's happy. And I don't care about grade or papered. Grade, by the way, folks. Papered is whether they're certified, they're registered and they're papered. Or grade. Grade means they are what they are, but they got no credentials, no paper. They're not registered. I don't care if the horse is grade or not. I want a good horse. Just a good horse. But it better be pretty. If I had a string of 30 horses, I don't care. But if I'm only going to have a handful of them, life is too short not to have a pretty horse. Gotta like the look of the horse. And they've got good horses that look good. Not all good looking horses are good horses. Some just look good. Little downhill's fine. I like a sport, shorter, from chest to rump, shorter back, if possible. I don't like them long. And I like them with an even back, but the problem is they bred the quarter horses going downhill. Most quarter horses are downhill. That means their shoulders and their front legs, when you're looking at them from the side, are slightly lower than their rump. The rump is higher, and then the back slightly goes down to the front. It's called downhill. They're bred that way because they can maneuver and they can move around on their front better. So when you see them cutting horses and stuff like that, and they hop around in the front, their ass stays about the same, and their front goes around. Well, that's a downhill horse. Then you got uphill horses. Those are the opposite, where their front shoulder area is taller than their back, than their rumps. Looks like they're going uphill. Those are pretty. They make a pretty horse. I prefer either neutral or slightly downhill. I don't like a lot of downhill. Slightly downhill is fine. But yeah, got to be a pretty horse. Got to like a look at it. I like them with character. I like them blanketed, like a blanketed horse. That's where the front looks like normal. You got brown and stuff like that. And then the back has like almost an Appaloosa dappled, they call it blanket, over just the back quarter. Like, oh, those are pretty. Those are pretty horses. I don't like too many spots and stuff on their face. If they do, I want it to be symmetrical. I don't like them like half on one side, or it's like, no. Yeah. It's like, John, that's pretty particular. Yeah, yeah. And I don't like a horse with blue eyes. They creep me the fuck out. I do not like a blue-eyed horse. I don't like a blue-eyed dog either. They just freak me out. They don't look right to me. So I just, brown eye, black eye, no blue-eyed. They do. They look weird. Tell me they don't look weird. You ever look in the face of a blue-eyed horse? That's freaky. They look freaky. Some people love them. To me, they look weird. I'm honest about it. I'm particular. I'm honest about it. Judy says she loves watching them play. Yeah, horses are great. I liken horses to dogs. They're a lot like a giant dog. But they don't think like a dog. And I try to tell people, horses, they're like a giant dog. They'll interact with you like a giant dog. But they don't think like a giant dog. They think like a horse. And they're not the same thing. But they act like a giant dog. Just no blue-eyed. That just freaks me out. Just tell me I'm the only one. Really? Blue-eyed horses don't freak you out. They're weird looking. It's just something not right about it. Laurel says, never thought about it. Now you're going to have to Google blue-eyed horses and look at them. It's like, man, that looks weird. It's like, Judy says they don't freak her out, but it is weird. No, it's weird. So it's just I look at it, it's like, ooh, that's weird. That's strange. it's almost like their eyes are open too wide all the time, but they're not. They're open the same, but a horse normally has darker irises. So it just looks different. It's sort of like when you see somebody with freaky light blue or white contacts in their eyes. It just looks freaky. It's weird. It's like, no. You think you're trying to be in a fucking vampire or something? No, that's weird. Go to normal colors. I feel the same way with a blue-eyed horse. That's weird. I don't care how good that horse is. If I only have a handful of horses, I ain't going to have blue eyes. It's just the way it is. And John is particular. It's weird. Blue-eyed horse. They're weird. Judy says, "Oh my gosh, I hate those freaking contacts." Yeah, that is the same way. That's the feeling that you get that's exactly how I feel when I see a blue-eyed horse. I get that exact same feeling. It's like, that's freaking weird. That's not right. You'll never look at a blue-eyed horse the same way now on. You're going to look at him and go, fucking Johnny ruined it. I thought they were kind of weird, but now they're freaking me out too. Oh, those blue-eyed horses. It's not right. It's just not right. Well, we've come up on the hour. It was a good show. Not a lot of folks. Not a lot of folks this time. Peggy says, I had blue-eyed Siamese cats and loved them more than they. Yeah, see, Siamese cats and their blue eyes, that doesn't bother me. Now, like, was it Huskies got blue eyes? That's weird. That's weird. Ugh. And horses, yeah. Siamese cats, yeah, the blue eyes in the Siamese cat doesn't freak me out. I don't know what it is. Maybe because, like, cats are the devil anyway, so they're supposed to be freaky. Like, John, you're going to get all sorts of hate mail from cat people. You called cats the devil. Look, I've had plenty of cats. Cats are fine. Puffin's fine. Puffin's fine, too. Maybe that's what I got to do. I got to make a Facebook commentary post about how cats are the devil. Laurel says, I have 2 cats. They can be total assholes. They can. Yeah. Cats and dogs ain't the same. They say, oh, cats can't be trained. Yes, they can. You can train cats, but you got to find what they like to do. They're different. She says, sneaky. They are. Cats are strange. Cats are strange. And they can be real assholes. They can be real assholes. It's like, oh, pet me. And you go to pet and you go, man, don't fucking touch me. It's like, well, what the hell? Make up your mind. You're going to be rubbing up on me like that, and then I go to touch you and you're going to be stupid? That's enough of that. Cats. Zombies at 2 a.m. jerks. Yeah, they can. They're interesting. Cats are quite the. They're something. Yeah, but yeah, Siamese cats with blue eyes. That just seems to work with them. That's fine. It doesn't freak me out. It's not like a horse. They are entertaining. Yeah, they've got a lot of personality. That's one thing you can say about cats. They got a lot of personality. They can also take or leave you. You know, dogs aren't the same. Dogs are different. That's why I say dogs are a man's best friend. Yeah, because they got unconditional love and they're dogs. Like dogs. Like cats too. Like I said, we've had cats. Not a problem with cats. I grew up with a cat. And a dog. Muffin. Not Puffin. Puffin's not. Muffin. He looked like was like a Maine Coon, I think. He was a big fat cat. Got the stripes, but gray color. And Corky. Corky was funny. He had one eye. He was blind in one eye. So we named him Corky after the I think it was a show, Tale of the Golden Monkey or something like that, about the flying boat. Then went around to the islands and stuff and had their adventures. Well, they had a dog in it. So we named Corky Corky. But the problem is Corky was, I think he was like the co-pilot. The dog's name was Jack. Oops. Whatever. You know. So we had Corky. Yeah, Jack on the show the dog had I think he was like a terrier, and he had a patch on his eye. He was blind in one eye too. His name was Jack, not Corky. Corky was the co-pilot. Oh well, fuck it. Name fit. It was fine. It was the thought that counts. He didn't have blue eyes either. He was a black lab. Black lab. You racist. It's top of the hour. I gotta shut shit down, and I gotta check Facebook because I got stacks of comments and stuff to go through. Close things down and hit the sack. Peggy says, I'm really tired, so good night all, and thank you, John. You're welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the show. And again, thank you, Judy. That was most gracious of you. Laurel, thanks for stopping in. Gus, if you've been watching, hey, I'll talk to you later. Whoever else is around. I know we got a bunch of people there. They're not posting up, but excuse me, coffee. Thank you all for spending some time with me again. I will see you on Facebook bright and early tomorrow morning, putting out some more content. Next show is Sunday evening, same time, same place. Y'all get some rest. Good night. God bless, and take care.